Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you on Tuesday at 2. Another simple Christmas card. This one is simple Christmas card / gift card holder. That's what everybody here has been asking for. Gift cards are wonderful. You can get them for somebody specific, someplace specific, or you can put a little cash in there so they can go anywhere they want. So I decided I made one. That we're going to be, both of these we'll be doing in class, but I made one that was like for more like a lady one, and I thought I needed to, hi Cindy, I needed to figure out and do a guy card, right? A guy Christmas card without, I feel like it should be in browns for UPS, but anyhow, I'll show it to you, it's really cute. So I used on the card the hats off die set, the dies for the hats off, and Christmas to Remember, which is one of my favorite Christmas word sets. So I will turn the camera around, we'll get started, and I'll show you. I have a couple little tips, nothing earth-shattering, but it's a very simple card for you to make, and that the ladies coming to my holiday buffet will be making these cards also. So let's turn the camera around. Welcome, welcome, Cindy. Anybody who's here, remember, once I turn the camera around, I can't see y'all. So please keep that in mind. I'm not ignoring anybody. I will chat with you later if I can. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There we go. Okay, so this is the first card that I did. And it's so fun, right? So with this little, I hadn't done any cards with this at all. You do have to fussy cut these two things out, but totally simple, not bad. But you open the card like this, there you go. And then this is a little gift card holder here. Or money, whatever fits in there. I wouldn't say coins, but anything else. So there it is, there's that one. And then this is the one that I'm gonna do today. So I wanted to make a guy one. So this is my guy card. So I used the hats off dies, which are so fun. That's this here. That's called, what are they called? Hat builder dies. And same thing. So we have the little cutout here so that you can put the gift card in. I thought this looked sort of like flannel. At first I did the hat and that, and it did not look good. But I thought, well, just as an accent, it looks kind of cool. Sort of like a flannel shirt and this cool green hat. But to me, it was like, oh my goodness, I should really do it in brown for like soft suede for the UPS man. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So let me just, let's get started here. I'm going to put this off to the side. So I have all my little pieces. There's a lot of little pieces to this one. I cut myself 2 of the word strips just in case. I was planning ahead just in case. This is for my hat die. And this is for the words, the verses here. And then I did put, so this is, let me give you the measurements. So write this down because I'm not good at getting everything on the board here. So write this down. So this is what I started out with. 4 1/4 by 11. Let's go this way. 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it at 5 1/2, just like a regular card. But then I also scored it at 9 1/2. So when you are looking at your card, you're going to fold that flap in like that. This is going to be the front of your card, the smaller portion. And here's where it gives you a good chance to use some of your designer paper. So there we go. That's that. Okay, so that's the base of the card. And then I like to line everything. So my first layer, I did real red. And so the first layer for the front here is 3 3/4 by 4. So that fits right here. And then of course the white portion is half of that. So it is 3 1/2. Let's see here. 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And that's going to go right on top. Like that. And then inside is just like a regular card. So 5 1/4 by 4 for your liner. It goes here. And then 5 by 3 3/4 for your inside piece. And then I cut this one 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. And I'm just going to lay that right on that edge. So it looks like it's, there we go, like that. And then on this little flap here, I have a layer, of course. I think this is 4 by 1 1/4. That's going to go there. And then it looked nice with the matching DSP. So this is 1 by 3 3/4. And that's going to go right here. So you'll have matching when you open it up. And then your layers on the front. Ta-da. And then my verse is going to go here. I did texture the back and the front with the snowflake dies. They come with the snowflake and the like an evergreen branches, but I used the snowflake on here. I didn't want it too busy. So I can go ahead and we'll do our cutting out and embossing. Do that first. So let's do this. Here's for my hat. So a scrap of this material for the hat is just 4 by 3, and that'll cut out your hat. And then I also need a little scrap of red for the little label that's on the hat. So let's see if I can find a small piece scrap here. Yeah, right here. There we go, little scrap for that label part. So I'm going to bring my cut and emboss machine over. Here comes the big one. Well, yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Soon. I'm putting on cleaner plates here for you. Okay, so for cutting out, I can do that first. So I'm using plate number 1, plate number 2, and then plate number 3, and then my die cuts. So I have, this one is for my hat. I love this die cut because it puts in all the little stitching lines and everything on your hat. So that's for the hat. This is for the this little label that goes on top of the hat. And then also I have scrap paper here, and that's for the little trees. So I put little Christmas trees on top. So I just found a scrap piece for that. So I have to do that a couple of times, but here we go. So let's just cut this out and run it through here. There we go. Okay, I got to do it again because I need 2 more of the little trees. I tried it with a snowflake and different things. I just liked that better. But look at how the hat comes out. It just like pops out. And then look at the stitch lines. Isn't that cool? I just love that. I just think, oh, how fun. That's so fun. All right, so here's my little label for the hat. Put this back over here. And then my little tree I need to do more of. So let's put this back. And here's my 1 tree. I need 3. If 1 is good, 3 is better, right? So there's that one. So I'll just run this through real quick here. I could have had the little one over here, but we're also going to emboss real quick. So we have to go over and over once in a while at class because this is so different for embossing with our different folders. So if you have our old cutting machine too, you just kind of have to play with the layers, right? Everything you can use all your dies and all your embossing folders, but you may have to adjust the sandwiching because they're all a little bit different. So there's my 3 trees. Look at how that just falls out. I love that. No fighting. Okay, so now I'm going to emboss that white part. So I just need, I think this is a thicker one. So I just need plate number 1. And then here is somebody's calling me, of course. Okay, so, and I like that the embossing folders, the new ones, have this little line here. In this one, it's not quite so critical, except that this fits like right in between. So I want to get it on that line so I know it's straight and straight from side to side. There we go, because it just has a little bit that's not under the embossing folder. So plate number 1, my embossing folder with the fold going in towards the inside of your machine, and then plate number 4, the gray plate. And lickety split, ta-da, that's all done. So that gives me a great deep impression, embossed impression. I love this snowflake one. It's kind of cool. So there we go. Okay, now we've got all our pieces. Let's get this stuff out of our way here. There we go. Let's put it all together. Super, super simple. Now, the one thing I have to say to do that, to make it easier, well, let's see here. We can kind of get some of this out of our way, I guess. I'm going to just glue some of my pieces together. So here we go. And I'm choosing to put the bigger snowflake up at the top here. It doesn't really matter where you put it. You know that you're going to have that hat in there and you're going to have the verse in there. So just kind of putting that on. And then this layer, let's see here. So this is the inside of my card right here. So I found this easier to do it this way. So what I did is I took the tailored tag punch, because I have it written on there so I don't forget. And I just put this in. I'm going side to side, kind of eyeballing it, just even side to side. And I'm just going to the top of this area, the triangle here. So I'm just going to the top of that, looking side to side, matching it up as best I can. Bloop. So before I do anything, that's what I did, is I cut that first punch out. Okay, now I'm going to put my layers on here. This layer is going to go here, and then it's going to have a designer paper over it. So what I did, which I never do this normally, you don't normally put your glue on this side, but I just went around it like this to the inside, because I know that I'm going to have a layer. I'm going to have an edge all the way around. And I'm just putting this on like this. There. And then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to match up my punch again. When you start getting punches or even die cuts in a lot of layers, it just makes it harder. So if you put your layer on like that and then punch it, now I'm going to put my DSP on. So I'm just going in the inside again, because I know it's going to have an edge on it. So here we go. So I got my DSP in place. And again, I'm just going to turn it around. You don't want to put glue on there. That's why I was making sure I didn't get any glue in there. And then you're going to line up your edges again. Boop, and just clip that little bit off. So there you go. Then to close that up, I did use tear tape. I prefer tear tape because it's going to have a little bit of stress on it when you're putting in the cards, and if you put in 1 or 2 cards, you know. So I put this right along the edge. There we go. I don't always tear it. Sometimes I cut it. Only I'm having a hard time cutting it here. There we go. There. All right. And then here, right along the edge. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. We had such a wonderful time. It's like you just, you plan and plan and plan, and then it's over. Now we're planning for Christmas. And then before you know it, wink of an eye, it's over. Here we go. So I'm just pulling off the paper layer there, and you just fold that over. Ta-da! So now I have my pocket for my gift card. Now this piece I'm going to stamp, but I'm not going to glue this on until I stamp it and I'm happy with how I stamped it, because otherwise I've just wasted a piece of designer paper and I have to start over. So I'm just kind of lining it up where it will go, and then I'm going to stamp my inside verse. I did make this bigger so that it kind of goes over it, maybe a 1/4 inch or something, but I liked how that looked. I wanted to make sure that that was covered and that you just saw this cool flannel shirt thing here. That's what it reminds me of. So there we go. Do that piece, and then I'm going to really, really hope I get this right because it's so thin. This is where I prefer the photopolymer so I can see through it, but it's not, so I have to deal with it. So here we go. Yep, good enough. I hit the bottom here a little bit, but I'm happy with that. We're gonna go with it. So there we go. Now we're gonna put these pieces together. So this I can glue together and get this part done. So I'm just gonna add my adhesive. This paper, I should tell you where the paper is from. This is one that stayed from last year, came back from last year, and I just love it. It's called Heartwarming Hugs. Lots of great patterns, and you know I prefer these little tiny patterns. I love that. So it's cut a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna cut this. I'd rather have it too long than too short. And here we go. Glue this in place. Just like that. And I have half the card done already. There. Now I'm going to glue this inside my card. A little bit of adhesive. I've been busy trying to get, and this is a very simple for a gift card holder. We have some that are one other one that's a little bit more complicated, more steps. But if you're making a ton of them, this is such a simple pattern, and it's super cute. And we have all kinds of fun ways to decorate it. So there we go. Now I can go ahead and I'm just going to decorate this. So here's our little hat. Now he has stitching, and the stitching stops, and that's exactly where you layer your little banner here. So the way I centered it is I center the banner so that the stitching kind of goes in the center here, and I have it parallel here to the right before the brim of the hat, the stitching by the brim. So just so it's like, where does that go on? Well, it fits perfectly right there. So in the middle, and then even with the brim. And then here's my little trees. Let's bring those over. They're so cute. This is from from the Hat Builders dies also. So I use my pickup tool, and I just put a little touch of glue on here, and then I start in the center. So I know exactly where the center is, right in the middle of the stitching here. So I start in the center. Whoops. Put my little tree on here. Wiggle room there. All right, pick up another one. Just a tiny bit of glue, that's all it takes. And then get this one down. And my third tree here. There. I did use dimensionals to pop them up. So this is just a great card to give a guy a gift card. This is for his gift card to Cabela's or whatever your guys do, to the ski shop, or, you know, I just think it's really a fun guy card. Farm and Fleet, wherever the guys are going. It's a nice guy card. Still bright and happy. Let's move that down just a little. There we go. Okay. Ta-da. All right. Put the rest of this on, and I'm just going to apply this right to the front here, my little section. There we go. Give it a little press, and then my greetings are going to go down here, and it's going to go edge to edge, and I know I'm going to have that little bit. I just wanted a little bit of white at the bottom. So here are my dimensionals on the cap. There we Oh, let's see here. I don't want it blowing off. Nobody's cap is blowing off. And I did cut a little bit to go down the bill there because that made me nervous about pulling it in and out. So I have a little piece here. There. Okay. So this is just sitting on there for now, just so I can get this in place first, and then I'll center my words in there. The hat fits perfect on this portion, so it goes right edge to edge. And like, oh, I moved my tree over. I didn't let it dry enough, I guess. I smudged it. Well, I'll have to fix that. I'll have to fix that later. Here we go. So he goes side to side perfectly, and then this guy can get centered in there. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this one too. Let your glue dry before you move your trees around. There's a little key. Another little tip. I should have done that. But I can fix it. We'll fix it. There we go. That just goes edge to edge. Ta-da. Sorry, little tree. I'm just going to kind of pull it up a little. Ease it up. There we go. I might have to cut another one. Get it in the right place. But maybe I can save it. Save the tree. There we go. Okay. A little more adhesive. Put it back together. I've chopped down the Christmas tree and put it back in place here. There. All fixed. Ta-da! Okay, that's it. No jewels, no bows, no nothing. Just a guy card. So, season's greetings. Have a place for your little thing. Love and joy come to you and may last the whole year through. Ta-da! That's my quick and easy Christmas card with a gift holder. And here's my boy version. Here's my girl version. Now I need to do a kid version. I think I'll use the gingerbread set with this. So there we go. This one I use the circle. This one I use the tailored tag. So whatever you want. But it is easier if you start out cutting your circle first, and then each time you do it, if you're using a punch, even if you're using a die, if you're going through 3 layers, it's a lot. So there you go. Ta-da! I am going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Oh, hello, Marlene. She was just here. That's my sister. That's my sister. I'm lucky to have a great family. Hello, Mary. Oh, good. See, I'm glad that you'll make these. They're so easy, so simple. So remember, it's 4 1/4 by 11. Score at 5 1/2. Score at 9 1/2, and you're all set. There you go. Just remember to punch your the little tag out before you put your layers on. And of course, you have to layer. So that's one of the rules, right? All right. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I will be on a little bit earlier because I have a phone appointment at 2 o'clock, and that's what time I usually come on for my Winging It on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I will be on, let's say I will be on at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So please join me at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm moving it up a little bit, and I will see you for some more fun. We never know what's going to happen on Wednesdays. I pull out a monkey cut kit and just play. So thank you for joining me. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bye-bye.